Hello, we are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Enzo. This is my forever co-host Jum, and today we're talking about Mando Season 3, Episode 3. Finally, a longer episode. I just wish we had more to talk about again.
Y'all love how you're like, finally a longer episode. Why did it have to be this one?
Yeah, I guess it's safe to say for now, this is my least favorite episode of the season, unfortunately.
I don't like where this is going. I get it's build up, but at the same time, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like Mando completed his quest to go down into Mandalorian, like bathe into the water, and he didn't know that it actually collapsed on itself and thus sinking. Thus, Bo-Katan had to save him and pulling him out, and then she's like, "Oh, I haven't taken my helmet off since I bathed in it, so I'm part of the Kree now." I'm like, cool.
But we do get a pretty sick dogfight with TIE interceptors and TIE bombers. I'm like,
yeah, and then like blowing up Bo-Katan's like house. I was like, this shit was sick.
I forgot TIE interceptors are like way more advanced than the regular TIE fighters.
Yeah.
And like I like the build up of like, oh, these are like the F-22s of our world.
I guess so. I don't know, Jets.
And just hearing the sound of a TIE fighter, not in the context of Andor where they're pressing people, is a bit nicer. We're like, it's just mindless action. Cool. It's a pretty sick dogfight. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I love the dogfight here. And we were like, shit. Okay, what's next? What's next? And then a life of somebody we met for a few seconds in the first season.
Yeah. We go to what is obviously Coruscant, and we meet Dr. Persing talking about the tragedy of Dark Plagueis. I'm kidding, no. But it is the same opera house.
Yes, it is.
And then we meet, what's her name? Kathy O'Brien from Ant-Man and the Wasp. She's the rebel leader.
Oh, right, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. She's like this. I don't know what you call it. Like they're like ex-imperial people who are like, oh, we finally found our way through life.
Yeah.
After the destruction of the place we worked at.
Yeah. After the Death Star 2, we're like, I guess we're out of a job. Okay.
Yeah. So like it's this New Republic's way of like, hey, you could still be a part of society, but of course heavily restricted, cause we don't know if you're gonna, make another Death Star.
Yeah.
Or do something.
We'll just have you in amnesty housing where you'll just hang out and do various jobs, and we expect you to be just okay with that. Though Dr. Persing wants to continue his research on cloning, but the New Republic's like, no, you can't do that. That's against the law now.
Yeah. And we completely get it, but to him, he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart. There's no ill intent here.
Yeah.
The dude's actually a really nice guy. But he meets up with this other character who is played by, what's her name?
Kathy O'Brien. I forgot the character's name.
Same here. They meet up. They kind of have a bond where they become friends. And they start talking about how life was like in the in the Empire stage.
Yeah, and she worked with
Moff Gideon.
Yeah, Moff Gideon. And you're like, I kind of miss him. I kind of want to see him now. Please.
Yeah.
Because it's either that or we just go through this boring side quest where we're like, I'm fucking bored in a Mando episode.
Yeah. I was actually really bored in this one.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's good build up, but this is drama. This level amount of drama that should be in Andor, not in
Mando. I don't know why they didn't have this arc alongside Mando's quest. We just keep cutting back and forth of what's the scientist up to now?
Yeah, instead they just gave us a whole almost an hour of this other story that they just dropped on us out of nowhere.
Yeah, and you're like, am I watching Mando? As he said, am I watching Mando or an episode of Andor?
Right? So I was like, okay, the space politics, that's great. but this is supposed to be like a space western adventure.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be a new adventure every time. Now you're giving us Game of Thrones-esque kind of drama that we were kind of like not really wanting.
Yeah, like if you want to do this political intrigue shit, let's have it in Andor where it fits so much better.
Yeah. So we're going through this, and then she's like, "Oh, I can get you the cloning thing. Come with me. We'll go to this junkyard place where we're supposed to scrap everything, every remnants of Empire technology."
Yeah.
They do. By the way, we're skipping through a lot of shit because a lot of shit doesn't really happen.
Yeah. Not a lot of important shit, like him eating space popsicles and touching the rock and the robot being like, no, 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 you can't.
Yeah. That's it. Like, that's it. So they go through the train. They have this whole cyberpunk. I do like how it looked though. Like, it looks like a cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Like Blade Runner-esque style.
Come on, dog. Don't be puss. You can jump.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of deal. And then they do make it, and then we find out that she's actually setting him up, and then you're like, oh, he actually wants to get the clone thing. Take him away.
Yeah. Like the moment they're like, you, put your hands up, and then they don't ask her, I'm like, I fucking knew it.
I also knew it.
Yeah. And then like, the poor doctor's like, please don't mind wipe me, and the guy's like, it's okay. I've tried this myself. It's perfectly fine. Like, when did Captain America Akbar decide what's safe and what's not safe?
He is oddly American.
Yeah. And then, like, as he's being parts of his memory wiped out, she's like, no, everything will be wiped out. Just turns it off.
No, because he gave me a little bit of hope. I was like, he's actually my friend. And, like, I still want to be here for him. Can I stay for a bit? And he's like, yeah, of course. And then she starts turning it up. I was like, oh, that bitch. I was like, oh. And then he like starts to get his memory wiped, and he's like, Then I don't know what's gonna happen.
We do get to the Mandalorians, and you're like, fucking finally. And then it's revealed that Mando is a Mando again, and so is Bo-Katan, and she's like, what? I am?
Yeah, and he's like, oh, congratulations, you're part of the club, And then that was it.
He's like, I don't want to. Did you get washed? Did you bathe? Yes. And you're part of the club. But okay.
Fine. This is the way. I'm like, okay.
Like, you can see in her helmet, she's like, fuck.
Yeah. This is the longest episode, but it was the most lackluster one.
Yeah, I'm like, Filoni, can't you throw in your anime waifu, aka Ahsoka, in this episode, just to get some breath of fresh air?
Right? Or like, I don't know, you could just stick with the Mandalorians for a bit. Yeah. You know? I get the whole, what do you call it? Side story with this doctor. But you could have made it shorter. You didn't have to make it the whole fucking episode and then just give us 2 tidbits of Mandalorian at each end. Like, start that Mandalorian and Mandalorian, but in the middle is about this doctor we don't really care about.
It's like, why do you tease me with one of the most epic dogfights I've ever seen in Star Wars? Ever? And then just cold turkey.
Give us with us, like blue ball us with this whole fucking side story that we didn't know. Oh, yeah, it's probably like a build up to something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they fight in Coruscant. Coruscant gets fucked again. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Again, I think this, even though this is the longest episode so far, I think this is our shortest video. Because I can't think of anything else to say.
I got nothing else to say. The acting was great, but like, at the same time, you're like, when is the shooty bang bang point?
Yeah. I get Star Wars it's not all about that, but like, to just have everything just halt to a grind, and you're like, I kind of want to go forward with Mando.
Yeah, with Mando, not this.
It's like, please just give me the Thin Man. I'm begging you.
For sure, some other people would like the drama, but for us,
it's not even as
not so big.
Intriguing as the episodes of Andor, because you're like, it's peacetime. You're good. What's all this backstabby bullshit? I get it. I really do. But at the same time, why do you pace it so boring?
Yeah, so all I gotta say is the payoff for this episode really has to be good. Like, this has to be a blown out, crazy ass ending for the season. Because as of right now, Mando is not doing so hot. As of right now.
Yeah, for this episode. Who knows? Maybe he rides the Mythosaur into Coruscant. That'd be pretty fucking sick.
Oh, let's see. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, people say Andor is pretty boring. Like, I would take their complaints and apply it to this episode. I don't think Andor is boring at all. At all. I think it's one of the best Star Wars things ever to exist. But yeah, this episode just doesn't do it for me. So hopefully episode 4, we're in the halfway point. Because there's only 8 episodes for the season.
The payoff better be good.
Yeah. Because if you can't stand without Luke and Ahsoka, you might be in big trouble.
Yeah. I really hope for the best for this TV show, because I do love them as well.
Yeah, I mean, it did save Star Wars for a bit back in the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
But yeah. You know what? I have nothing else to say. And you have nothing else to say. So if you want to see more of us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. Hopefully the next time for All Caught Up, we have a more exciting episode to talk about. But if you want to see us in other platforms, we're also on Spotify and TikTok. To see our best and funniest moments, follow us on TikTok. If you want to hear us on the go, please follow us on Spotify. Individually, you can find me at Gandalfus1995 on Twitter. How about you?
John Jr.
Can you say it again? You went quiet.
You can follow me at JomGOM _ on Instagram. It is my account.
And hopefully next week we'll have a 30-minute all caught up. I don't know. This is the only Pedro Pascal thing we have left. I'm gonna talk to you about the Last of Us finale after the shoot, but yeah. For now, we'll see you on another all caught up or a final cut or trophy room. Bye, everybody. He's tired.